Hi and welcome back to the next in our series on provincial nominee programs. If you aren't already aware, a nomination from one of Canada's provinces will provide you with 600 extra CRS points and is by far the quickest and easiest way to immigrate to Canada. The requirements for each province are very different, with some needing a job offer, others requiring certain skills or experience. So you need to study each province carefully and decide which one suits your needs the best. Check out our other videos on each of Canada's provinces and their nominee programs. But today we're going to focus on the province of New Brunswick.
Okay, so first, a little bit about New Brunswick. It's on the east coast of Canada and is one of Canada's Atlantic provinces. It borders Quebec to the north, the US state of Maine to the west, and just touches on Nova Scotia to the south. More than half of New Brunswick is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean, making it the largest of Canada's 3 maritime provinces, along with Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. The summers in New Brunswick are mild with highs of around 28 Celsius, and the winters enjoy heavy snowfall, making it a great ski destination.
New Brunswick is known for its unspoiled wilderness, pristine fishing villages, coastal islands and mountain forests. The largest city is St. John, right on the south coast, and the world-famous Bay of Fundy, with its incredible rock formations, look it up on Google, holds claim to the world's highest tides. Interestingly, New Brunswick is also Canada's only officially bilingual province because it recognises both English and French as their official languages. Of the 750,000 inhabitants, 2/3 are Anglophones and only 1/3 are Francophones.
So, how do you immigrate to New Brunswick? Their provincial nominee programme consists of 4 programmes, which are the Skilled Worker Stream, the Express Entry Stream, the Business Immigration Stream, and the Strategic Initiative Stream for French-speaking immigrants. Try saying that quickly. Being one of Canada's Atlantic provinces, New Brunswick is also part of the Atlantic Immigration Programme, previously known as the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Programme, or AIPP. You can find out more about this programme in our video on the easiest way to move to Canada. The link is above.
Today we'll go through each of the programmes in detail, talking you through what the requirements are and how to apply. And as always, the links to everything we'll be talking about today can be found in the description box below. We'll start with the Skilled Worker Stream, which is for foreign nationals whose skills, education and work experience are needed to contribute to New Brunswick's economy. To be eligible to apply, applicants must have a permanent full-time job offer from a New Brunswick employer. They must meet the programme's minimum eligibility requirements and must provide proof that they intend to settle permanently in the province of New Brunswick.
Provided the eligibility requirements have been met, the first step to apply is to accept the offer of employment and then register with New Brunswick's PNP by creating a candidate profile. The next step is to submit an expression of interest, after which you'll be assessed and allocated a number of points based on the points assessment grid. This grid can be found on the PDF, which is linked in the description box below. You'll be assessed on 6 factors: your age, language ability, education, previous work experience, priority sectors and adaptability. In order to meet the minimum eligibility requirements, you must score at least 60 out of 100 possible points.
One of the great things about this programme is that you don't lose points as you get older. The same total of 10 points is awarded for being aged anywhere between 22 and 55, and you only need a minimum of a CLB 4 in your language tests in order to gain points. If your expression of interest is selected, you will receive an invitation to apply, which means submitting a full application to the New Brunswick Skilled Worker Stream. If your application is successful, you will receive a nomination certificate, which you can then use to apply for permanent residence.
Next, we have the Express Entry Stream. And for those of you who are not yet familiar with Express Entry, watch our videos on Express Entry Explained and which Express Entry program to choose, because these come up a lot in Canadian immigration. The New Brunswick Express Entry Programme is similar to the Skilled Worker Programme in that it's for foreign nationals who wish to live in the province and who have the skills, education and work experience to contribute to New Brunswick's economy. However, the big difference is that applicants must be currently living in New Brunswick and either be working for a New Brunswick employer or enrolled in an education program at an eligible post-secondary institution. This means that to be eligible to apply for the program, you must already have a work permit or a study permit for Canada.
As this stream is linked to the federal express entry system, you must first meet the minimum requirements for at least one of the express entry programs, of which there are 3. And you must create an express entry profile. The 3 express entry programs are Federal Skilled Worker, Federal Skilled Trades, or Canadian Experience class. The requirements include language skills, education and work experience, things like that. All the links to the Federal Express Entry programs are in the description box below, so check them out to see if you're eligible for any of these programs.
If you're working in New Brunswick, your occupation must be classified as NOC Level 0, A or B, which are highly skilled jobs. Check the link out below to find out which classification your employment would come under. You must also have language test scores of CLB 7 or higher in English or French, and a minimum of a Canadian high school diploma or the international equivalent.
If you are studying or plan to be studying in New Brunswick, you must provide proof of enrolment and a copy of your study permit. You must also have a minimum of 1 year of previous work experience in a position that is classified as NOC Level 0, A or B, have language test scores of CLB 7 or higher in English or French, and a minimum of a Canadian high school diploma or the international equivalent.
If you have a valid express entry profile and meet the requirements of either a worker or a student in New Brunswick, you can use your express entry profile number and job seeker validation code, as well as all your relevant documents, to send an email expressing your interest in the program. After this, you will receive specific instructions on how to properly submit your expression of interest.
As with the previous stream, selection is a points-based system, and you will be allocated points depending on 6 factors: your age, language ability in English and or French, your education, your work experience, your employment in New Brunswick, if this is applicable, if you're not studying, and your adaptability, which means how well you are likely to settle in New Brunswick. You need to score at least 67 points out of 100 possible points. Check the link below to see how many points you would have if you were to apply to this. If your expression of interest is selected, you will receive an invitation to apply, which means submitting a full application to the New Brunswick's Express Entry stream.
The third stream in the Provincial Nominee programme is the Business Immigration stream, which is an economic immigration pathway for experienced entrepreneurs who are ready to establish, operate and actively manage a business whilst living and settling in New Brunswick permanently.
Successful applicants must have a personal net worth of at least 500,000 Canadian dollars and must commit to making an investment of at least 150,000 Canadian dollars. You must prove that your business will be of economic benefit to the province and will create at least one full-time job for a permanent resident or a citizen of Canada. You must plan to reside in New Brunswick 75% of the time within 100 kilometres of your place of business, and you must have an active management role in the business.
To apply, you can be aged between 21 and 59, with the most points being awarded for being aged 30 to 49. You need a minimum language level of at least CLB 5 in English or French, have a minimum of a Canadian high school diploma or an international equivalent, and have been a business owner for at least 3 out of the last 5 years. If you believe that you fulfill all the eligibility requirements to begin the process of applying, click the link below to create an account and access the guide to the New Brunswick Business Immigration stream.
The final programme in the New Brunswick PNP is the Strategic Initiative Stream for French-speaking immigrants. As the name implies, this is for French-speaking workers who wish to settle permanently in New Brunswick and who also have the skills, education and work experience to contribute to New Brunswick's economy.
To be eligible, you must, of course, be able to speak French, demonstrating that you've achieved at least a CLB Level 5 in a French language test. You must also be aged between 19 and 55, with the most points being awarded for being 25 to 44. You'll need a minimum education of a Canadian high school diploma or international equivalent, at least 1 year of full-time paid work experience in the last 5 years, and, most importantly, have the intention to reside in New Brunswick. In addition, you must also have one of the following: either completed an exploratory visit to New Brunswick, have a permanent full-time job offer from a New Brunswick employer, or a direct invitation from the province of New Brunswick. The great news for the job offer category is that your offer can be classed as NOC code 0, A, B, C or D, meaning that skilled, semi-skilled and even low-skilled workers can apply.
As with the previous streams, selection is a points-based system, and you will be allocated points depending on 6 factors: your age, language, education, previous work experience, arranged offer of employment, and adaptability, meaning how well you're likely to settle in New Brunswick. You need to score at least 65 points out of 100 to be successful. Check out the link below, as before, to see how many points you would have if you chose to apply to the Strategic Initiative stream for French-speaking immigrants.
To apply, you must begin by creating a candidate profile via New Brunswick's online immigration application platform. Then, submit an expression of interest. Your application will be assessed according to your points total. Then, if successful, you will receive an invitation to apply.
Okay, so these are the 4 options available in the New Brunswick Provincial Nominee Programme. We hope we've given you some useful information and a few useful tips to start your journey to living in New Brunswick. Let us know in the comments below if you're thinking of moving to New Brunswick. Maybe you already live there. And see you next time.